Picture this. The US economy is already in a recession. The government officials are lying, trying to hide the truth. But there are cracks. The signs that break the official narrative and point to the truth. And the most recent sign is the latest jobs report. It shows that the US economy is quickly weakening and heading for a crash full speed ahead. Hi, my name is Vitaly. I am an economist. I am a boring mainstream economist, and in this video you will learn about the latest jobs report. You will learn why the latest report is all bad news and why the US stock market loves it. And you will hear my prediction for the US economy for the next few months. First, the latest jobs report revised its data for June and July for worse. When employment was 21,000 jobs worse than officially reported. Now, you must remember that President Trump fired the head of labor statistics for reporting bad news.
So you know what I did? I fired her.
Trump posted that the numbers were rigged, all caps, and he appointed his puppet. The highly qualified and independent economist from the Texas Public Policy Foundation. And now that the president replaced the bad economist with a good one, this good economist revised the data for the worse. So yes, the president was right. The numbers were rigged. Rigged to hide the weakening economy, to make the government look nice, to put a lipstick on a pig. And that makes me wonder, just like a few days ago, Trump renamed the Department of Defense into the Department of War. Should he rename the Bureau of Labor Statistics into the Bureau of Pleasing the President? Bureau of Pleasing the President, BPP, that has a ring to it. Second, let's look at the data. And remember, this data comes from Trump's yes man. So if the jobs report is bad enough, the actual situation is even worse. So let's look at the data. In August, the US economy added 22,000 jobs, less than expected. And in June, the economy lost jobs, the first loss since the pandemic of 2020. Do you remember 2020? The pandemic, lockdowns, millions of people dying? That was the worst time for American jobs. The second worst is now. Factories shed 12,000 jobs, and construction companies cut 7,000, and the only sector that was growing was healthcare, because the American baby boomers are aging. But job losses in manufacturing and construction offset gains in healthcare. In fact, it's 4 straight months of job losses in manufacturing. And now, let's listen to the US Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick.
Right? So now you're going to see factories getting built in America at a scale that you have never seen before.
Yes, Donald Trump is destroying manufacturing on a scale you have never seen before.
Right? And so there's huge amount of construction jobs. So I would say...
Yes, but America is losing the huge amount of construction jobs.
Because construction jobs are amazing. So
yes, those jobs are amazing, but the US is losing them. Yes, the US is losing a huge amount of amazing jobs on a scale you have never seen before. When the disastrous jobs report came out, the president's reaction was decisive. The real numbers that I'm talking about are going to be wherever it is, but will be in a year from now. With due respect, but it sounds like this line came straight from Kamala Harris. It's the same word salad. The US economy created 22,000 jobs, and the average number of new jobs created is 180,000. Right now, the US economy creates 8 times fewer jobs than usually. Again, 8 times less than the average. And again, this was the official report prepared by Trump's loyalists for the president's pleasure. So the actual situation with jobs is probably worse. It is possible that the US economy did not create any new jobs this summer. It is possible that the US economy is already in a recession. But Trump's yes men and yes ladies are not going to tell you the truth.
You know what I did? I fired her.
Now, how did the stock market react? Stock traders reacted to the bad report with joy and optimism. Americans lose jobs and stock traders love it. What's happening here? For American banks, bad news is good news, because bad news imply the US Federal Reserve will cut the policy rate, which implies cheap money. And the US economy needs cheap money, just like an alcoholic needs cheap whiskey. To sum up, the latest jobs report paints a disturbing picture of the job market, and the real situation is probably worse. The US economy might be suffering a recession already, and the US manufacturing is already in a recession. Here is my prediction. Later this year, high inflation will return to the US, then a recession, then a stock market crash. President Trump will cut taxes and cancel tariffs, but it will be too late. Democrats will win the midterms and try to impeach the president. Watch this video about the bubble in AI stocks and comment below. What do you think? Is the US economy already in a recession? I wish you a happy recession, and I'll talk to you next time.